So, reading this cover over the weekend, how did we get it?
Well, actually, Petronas has a good relationship with the press.
Yeah.
They've been quite open, they've been quite transparent. And if you look these days, they will meet the press 4 times a year, present their quarterly results.
Yeah.
And besides that, they have a lot of background briefing for the editors.
All right.
So they have been close with the press, and with respect to the age, we are close to them, and we have in fact interviewed past presidents, chairman, and I think we have maintained that close relationship.
Yeah, but he's a busy man though, Azam, in the sense that I know it's condensed to like 4 pages,
Yep.
but how long was the whole interview?
Oh, the whole interview was about 2 hours,
Wow.
and it's a good timing because it coincides with his first anniversary as a CEO and president of Petronas.
The funny thing was, I read the first part of the story, and he does say that he was apparently supposed to be Hassan Marikan's pick, but Abbas went instead. Is that just because he was too young? But he's a company man though. He's been there for so long.
He has been there since day one. All his entire working life was spent with Petronas. 5 years ago, probably a lot of people say he was tipped to take over Hassan Marikan.
Yeah.
But on hindsight, it could be a blessing in disguise because in the interim there was Tan Sri Samsul, another Petronas and industry veteran,
Yeah.
taking over as a CEO. So that another 5 years gave a lot of time for Wanzul, I guess, to get ready for the eventuality of becoming the CEO and president of Petronas.
Okay. But okay, so oil companies, right?
Yep.
They have almost been thought of at one point as invulnerable. Petronas was thought that nobody could take it down. Then the whole oil crisis came. You had prolonged bouts of oil at 20. When you asked him about this, oil at 20, oil at 100, does he seem unconcerned, or did he think it was a blessing in disguise?
Basically, it was a blessing in disguise. What happened is oil and gas industry is a cyclical business. It has its ups and downs. But oil at US $100 has never happened before.
Yeah.
So a lot of companies with $100, they went on an expansion spree.
Yes.
Okay. So, and there's a lot of, I guess, inefficiencies creeps in at US $100. So when price drop
Yeah.
as low as mid-20s,
Yeah, that's right.
then I guess company have to adjust. For Petronas, it's a blessing in disguise because it's where you have to look at costs, it's where you have to look at your overall operation, which one is not efficient, which one you can divest. So it's put them, the whole organization, into another perspective.
It was a true baptism of fire for him, right? Because it was a situation that I think these guys hadn't faced in a very, very, very long time. And because the decline was so sharp, it was a good teaching. When you talked to him, what was your impression of him? The fact that he seemed resigned, or he was like, he figured that it was the way to go, or at least he just thought it was a valuable life lesson?
I think what Petronas has done is they get the whole organization to be lean and efficient and operate at oil at US $30. So he says that company will be agile enough to adjust if it goes lower.
Okay.
But if it goes higher, then it benefits the company because they are budgeting at US $30 per barrel.
But they haven't stopped some of the big projects. Rapid is one of them.
Rapid, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Yes, fine, oil is low, but you have to invest, otherwise there's nobody producing. And when it goes back up, You'll be essentially stuck.
Yep.
Rapid, I think you can defend. Canada, I think, is a bit harder because of all the bad press surrounding it. It's shale gas. It's that's the big thing, and it looked from me here, his impression. They can't leave. They can't walk away. There is no walking away. It's in for a penny, in for a pound.
Okay. See, the lifeblood of an oil company is the reserves.
Yeah.
If you look, that's how Exxon and Shell have survived as a company for more than 100 years.
Yeah.
So, Malaysia has small reserve. We are a small producing company. So, Petronas need to behave not like Aramco, but behaves like the Shell and Exxon.
All right.
So, you explore overseas to increase your reserves.
Yeah.
So the venture into Canada, that's one of the opportunity to increase your gas reserve. Canada provides about 25%. It's as big as 25% of your domestic reserve. So it's a producing reserve.
Yeah.
So right now, a lot of the press seems to concentrate on the LNG project.
Yes.
So now what they have acquired is an asset, a producing asset, which they sell to the domestic Canadian market. So moving further downstream, their proposal is to build an LNG plant, which is understandable because Petronas is one of the largest LNG player. So if you can convert the shale gas into LNG, and then across the Pacific is the ready market, the Japanese, the Chinese, the South Korean, which are
who took stakes in. Some of them took stakes in this, right?
Some of them took stake in the project, but these are the players, the long-term buyers of your LNG from Bintulu.
All right.
So they are familiar players with Petronas, familiar buyers with Petronas. And as an LNG player, what Petronas has gained throughout the last 30 years is experience in production, in supplying, and in shipping.
Is he not concerned about Justin Trudeau, who is the very, very young, very idealistic, and known for this kind of, not liking these big environment projects?
I think if you look at Petronas, they operate in about 35 countries internationally. So you operate in a third world country, you operate in a developed first world country. So, the environmental assessment and impact studies and standards are higher in developed countries, but I think they are confident of meeting the requirement. And by the end of the year, by this year, the final environmental studies will be shown to them what are the guidelines that they need to meet, and from there they will take it whether they want to make that final decision or just concentrate on the existing assets and monetize it differently.
For more on the stories, pick up a copy of The Edge Weekly at all good newsstands.